We're back at the Jaws Challenge here at Pe'ahi, and we're into semi-final number 1. Billy Kemper, Russell Bierke, Albee, Grant Twiggy Baker, Nathan Florence, and Lucas Chumbo Chianca. 6 guys are in the water, and 3 of them are going to be our first 3 finalists at the 2018 Jaws Challenge.
Well, that just goes to show you how great this event is. Even the real locals are coming out to check it out.
Oh my.
Chianca! And he just pulls into a backhand barrel. Lucas Chumbo Chianca showing some bravo there. It looked like there was no chance of him exiting.
Yeah, but that's commitment, right? And judges will take note of that. And the judges are going to definitely like the barrel riding much better.
Albee on Albee's bowl. He's just having fun with that because there's no barrel action right there. So always entertaining, Albee.
That is so Albee. He is such a character.
And then 2 years later, he's the champion. So I think he's changed his opinion there as we watch Albee's replay.
A little fun with Albee.
That is a sick layback.
Being the lifestyle to the utmost.
Individual, for sure.
You know, and back in the day, people weren't afraid to be individuals and characters. And he is.
Twiggy Baker right back in the action on the backup board, pulling under the curtain, and we'll see if this backup board survives Jaws crunch.
I'll tell you, Grant Baker is amazing. You know, he has been at this for a very long time, and to me, he is getting better and better.
Twiggy Baker here.
Great positioning in my eyes, being this is one of the westerly bigger sets, you know. Again, not able to make that barrel. I mean, he kind of knew that you're not going to be able to push through the whitewater on something like that, but the drop was unbelievable. Again, see how low he gets, and he's turning that big old board from the middle part of it with such great control.
Part of what allowed him to set that up was that wave in front, again, cleaning up the fade.
I was just going to say, his leash passed the test there, because that was a lot of strain on the cord. And here is Russell Bierke.
With a roll in. Looked like he towed into that one. He got it so early.
So that's going to be a number for him.
He's super strong and has absolutely no, tyrant.
Nathan Florence on wave number 2. Nathan eases off the bottom, looking for something on this wave. He's going to go complete in the channel, however, and he's going to get a number in his score line.
He trains with some of the fittest guys on the planet, and he is one of the best. I mean, if he actually took a different sport and went into CrossFit, great pathway to keeping yourself on the tour or even just to make it into the top 10.
Here's the replay of Billy Kemper.
Wow, that took a lot of skill just to get down that.
Catching up with the end of a ride for Billy Kemper. So we'll catch that on the replay. 31 minutes, 55 seconds counting down. Lucas Chianca, Chumbo on the backhand. And Lucas is going to have 2 waves that we're going to need scores for, with a situation to follow.
Wow, a bit of a flurry, huh? I mean, everybody getting a little piece here. Semifinal number 1. Everybody understanding how important it is to get into that final.
While it might not be much, his board was airborne at least 3 different times, I'd say, or just barely having the fins in the water. So that was a good accomplishment just to make it to the bottom of that wave.
Went anyway. He didn't even look over his shoulder. I mean, Nathan was way too deep where he was at. Had to have gone probably left, but he had to make that decision kind of at the last second. He wanted it to be a right. As we see, that's maneuvers to tag the lip. Wow. I mean, there's Albee. That positioning is just impeccable. He, again, uses that.
Yeah, I mean, he's lucky that board flattened out before he got back to the water, because for a split second there, the nose was pointed right at him.
Twiggy.
Grant Baker looking way in control now. Snapped the board at the beginning of this heat, but now Twiggy gaining momentum and really looking comfortable in this semifinal number 1 and looking for a spot in the final.
Well, he's got his 2 waves. I mean, in my eyes, those 2 waves are probably enough. There's still lots of time, and this heat seems there's a lot more consistency going. Does that translate into real time here, or is there a time difference between that buoy and maybe Pe'ahi?
It's basically almost real time, yeah. I look at the Waimea buoy sometimes, and you can kind of gauge that's a 4 to 6 hour advance notice as to what's coming. Pawella is basically real time. Whatever you see on the buoy is what's happening. Even though they're dealing with those giant bumps, and like Greg Long told
Albee.
you earlier, Albee paying some dues there.
Well, and again, just all that knowledge dealing with the wind still affects the guys who know it best.
The reason those guys are getting so far forward, we talked about it with the wind being a factor. Why is it a factor? Because it's trying to lift the nose of your board up.
But aerials.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We just saw
wait a
air.
second.
And a little air by Lucas Chumbo Chianca.
Oh,
well
the
done into the wind on a 10+ foot board. Chumbo is coming to play too, and what an entertaining exchange between Albee and Lucas Chianca. Let's check this out again.
I mean,
Just
he's
for
using
creativity's factor, I hope they reward that, because that was legit.
And it wasn't like it was an accident either. I mean, he goes into this thing going, okay, well, here's a chop. Let's. He's really one of those surfers that is very comfortable going into the air. But look at, he's like, yeah, front side grab.
Look at that back foot, about a foot off the board. Grab the rail
amazing.
for a split second.
Progression.
Well, it's not part of the criteria, but
You gotta
maneuvers
reward
are.
it. You have to reward that.
Not packing his suitcase. He's packing his container. He is pretty amazing to see, because he does it time and time and time again. Look at this late drop and all that speed, and sure enough, it's just there, and he's going to make it. I mean, that thing's wide open. Just again, you talk about being blind with all that water, and it also pulls water in. When you see the hole open up like that, it actually pulls water into the barrel and then spits it out. But look at that view from the heli. Almost, Albee.
Almost.
I mean, absolutely.
Russell Bierke looking to get some momentum out here in semifinal number 1, caught behind.
So I'm going to finish this point. The wind is trying to lift the nose of the board. If it can, it wins. But if you can keep that nose down by moving forward, getting your weight forward, pressing it down so the wind can't get a hold of it, you have a chance.
He's put himself in the best position. He's coming from deep. He's holding. Albee.
Here goes Albee,
no.
and there goes Albee.
He's not scared of the first wave of the set, is he?
He is not afraid of anything, and that you can see that confidence that he's been building over the last few waves. On a foil board, you're down into the 30s, the upper 30s.
Wow. Here we go.
Billy Kemper looking for a barrel. And you saw him looking for that high line, looking for a barrel. Jaws did not provide that to him, so he got clipped, but good effort from Billy.
Yeah, that was a really nice mid-face turn. He's trying to get every ounce he can out of that wave, and maybe a little bit of trying to make chicken soup out of chicken poop.
See how forward he is on his surfboard, and look where his feet are at. Same thing, middle of the board, especially in this wind. That, to me, it seems like the secret in which the best at Pe'ahi in the wind have been able to do.
Well, that's why you're seeing these guys move so far forward on the board, to the point of where they're having to surf. Look at the
Look at this battle
going on this peak.
And it's going to be Nathan Florence winning the battle, making the drop, then getting caught up by Jaws right there.
That was an important wave for him.
Peter, look at that score for Albee that just checked in on that barrel ride over in Albee Bowl. 5.77 is enough to get Chumbo Lucas Chianca into 3rd place. Billy Kemper answering back here. Kemper airs through that airdrop section, pulls up in the barrel, finds an exit right over the big boil into the channel. Billy Kemper, 5.91 will put him into 3rd place at this moment and find his way into the final.
Look at this positioning from Billy Kemper. Again, the wind blowing it, doing everything he can to blow him out the back. And he steers through a beautiful barrel, comes out. I'd have to say that this is going to be close for that 5.91. I mean, again, you're looking at comparisons. I mean, the drop itself was pretty wild, too.
Aerial drop to tube ride.
You're liking it.
I'm liking it.
I am, too. I think it's going to be enough.
And with control and nice rail work to set it all up, too.
I think between the 3 of us, we're going to give it 6 thumbs up right there for Billy Kemper. Well, we got our first 3 finalists all decided. We're going to see Albee, Grant Twiggy Baker, Billy Kemper in the final. Who's going to join them? We're going to find out when we return.